Incredible work that First for Women is doing through this campaign. A big salute goes out to them. Now, Chef Peter Ayob from Sense of Taste in Cape Town is here today to show off just how simple your Christmas roast can be. He is a big believer in uncomplicated food for any occasion. And just because it's simple, it doesn't mean it has to be boring. The trick to simple flavors is great ingredients. And for this classic leg of lamb roast, there is no better place to start than with Woolworths free-range leg of lamb. So let's get cooking. And to get this recipe, SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650. SMSs are charged at R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Finally, we have you on Afternoon Express, and of course, you're bringing one of my favorites, a roasted leg of lamb. Yummy!
Yeah, it feels so weird because I think I've been on the show for about 10 years in the morning.
That's
and
crazy.
It's my first afternoon show, so I'm really excited about
this. It's about time, but at least you're coming with fire. We're coming with all the festive
And what more could I want than a good roast leg of lamb from Woolies? I mean, this is just absolutely amazing. Everyone's done roast all the time, but I'm just going to give you the basics of what you got to look at and what I would normally teach my students. Just a little shout out to one of my favorite chefs who passed away last week, Gary Rhodes. Just as TV chefing, he was the first Michelin star chef ever to do TV. So he's really a legend, one of the greats. So I'm sure there's a lot of chefs out there we would have a beer and ching, 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 yeah?
Oh, salute to him indeed.
Okay, cool. So I just needed to say that. So what I'm going to do is I've got a little paring knife, and I'm just going to give it little slits.
Okay.
Okay, no fuss, anywhere you want. And then you take your little cloves of garlic. Try to get them as deep as possible. What happens with garlic, it burns very quickly. So if you put the garlic on the outside, you're going to find that your roast has actually got these dark burnt pieces as opposed to...
Of course.
So that's going to flavour the meat nicely.
Nice.
And then there's one thing which... It's something that's inbred in us, is using rosemary for lamb.
Of course. For me, that was the first seasoning, I thought.
I used oregano. And I can't tell you what a beautiful combination it is.
Really?
So literally
oregano... What is it about the oregano in comparison to, of course, the rosemary?
Rosemary is it has its own flavour and it really runs away with things. And you've got to almost infuse it and then take it out. Whereas oregano, it lends itself to lamb and goat a lot better than what rosemary does.
Stunning. So as we're continuing to build these flavours in this leg of lamb, I mean, I just know leg of lamb takes so long to prepare. So for us here today, what are like the easiest, quickest ways to prepare it so that most of the time is spent in the oven?
All right, so let me do that quickly for you. Okay, firstly, I'm going to just throw these root vegetables in here, which we call mirepoix, which just means a mixture of root vegetables. That's obviously going to add to your stock and it's going to stop your roast from burning underneath.
Of course, stunning. And of course, just to break it down, the veggies that we chose today are carrots, is that celery, onions, and spring, and leek. Okay.
There we go. Nice. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful leg of lamb. We're going to pop it, normally the thicker side up, so we're going to pop it in there. I'm going to give it a little lug of, and I'll explain all the things we do. So a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
We're going to take the oregano. Give it a nice rub.
Rub that bad boy in there.
Okay. Some lemon.
Some lemon paste.
See what you're doing to me.
Some lemon limbs.
Some lemon zest onto that.
Nice.
Okay, remember there's always two sides, so let's get the bottom going as well.
Okay.
Some beautiful oregano, some more olive oil. Okay, and the rest of the lemon zest.
There's a special little trick that you're going to add to this that I have not heard of, but to me it makes so much sense now that I know, by adding some stock into this.
Absolutely, and that's what the difference between boiling something and braising it. This is going to be braising. It just means that you've got your liquid about 1 centimetre covering the lamb. So 90% of your lamb is actually still outside. So you're not boiling it. Okay. The most important thing about any lamb or leg of whatever you're doing, make sure it's at room temperature first before you start cooking it.
So it needs to thaw out.
Well, not so much thaw out. It just needs to come to room temperature so that when you are finished and you pull it out of the oven, you can actually let it rest so that all those juices stay inside.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, I should have a pen and paper here today because I want to try this at home, but I want to get it perfect. Of course, I can't get it anywhere close to Chef Peter, but I'll try.
Remember, the most important thing is salt.
Salt seasoning.
Okay, and don't be shy. Give it a really generous thing into the oven. Oven temperature, we normally look at 180. Reason being, it's a very safe temperature. The chances of something burning are very little. What we're going to do is with this, we've got it ready made for TV, which is fantastic.
This looks so good. I just want to dig into it right now.
Put it? That side?
Let's put it right here. Oh, very nice.
Okay, so we've got some New potato with a parsley and caper butter. A pea puree, which is always really good with sure, anything. I just love peas. I just love peas. Look at the colour of it. It's just so incredible.
That green.
And then what we've done, we've taken what we call the mirepoix, the rest of the stock, and then what I would normally do is take some hot water, whisk it in, just thin it out, and then you've got a beautiful gravy straight from the pot.
Okay, so just to understand everything that comes into this dish, we are reusing, repurposing all of our ingredients, making sure nothing goes to waste. Remember those veggies, the ones that we braised with the stock? We used those, we put them all into our gorgeous Nutri-Bullets here. We blended it up, and that creates our delicious sauce for this. I mean, this is genius.
It's
I
amazing.
love it.
It tastes amazing. Okay, so that in the oven, I reckon, well, the theory of meat goes for lamb, because it's got to be at about 65 degrees, the internal core temperature, 65 degrees centigrade, yeah? So what you need to do, 180 I said is a safe temperature. You always work on 500, for every 500 grams of meat on the bone, you work on 20 minutes. So you would go 20 minutes per 500 grams, plus 20 minutes.
Nice.
Okay, just to, and then portion.
There's even maths here. Hey, chef.
Yeah,
but
chefs,
basically, we should just hire you to make this delicious meal. But no, I'm just kidding. This is super simple, super easy, and basically something that everyone can try. I mean, I'm just going to give this a little turn around as well, so that you guys can see that gorgeous, delicious pea soup there. To put it all together, I'm going to put the finishing touches on this. And then make sure that you save that piece for me, chef. Don't you dare give that away. Now, sometimes the simpler things in life are the most delicious. And if you go the simple route this season, you'll have so much more time to spend with your family. So for more festive inspiration, get your hands on this month's Taste magazine. And to get this recipe and ingredients sent directly to your phone, SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650. But please remember that SMSs are charged at R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Join us after the break as we wrap up all of the fashion and holiday festivities.